Pillar number 8, entrepreneurial leadership. Actually, we could also make this pillar number 1 because, as said before, the leadership plays a very critical role, not only from the top, but also personal leadership within the founding teams or innovation teams that are driving the initiatives. We created an entrepreneurial leadership model, which is built out of 3 components. First of all, leadership skills. We look more at the dark side of innovation. And what does it mean? What are the unintended consequences of innovations? Looking at fear, uncertainty, and how do we deal with such emotions, and how do we manage and help team members cope with such emotions in a productive way? Entrepreneurial leadership. Can we find the right type of opportunities, and can we act decisive on these opportunities? The psychology of power. How can we get as a team in a more powerful position, looking at our internal stakeholders? Leading under pressure. Can I still be a creative and sharp person even when from all sides there are multiple challenges and pressures on my shoulders? How to stay creative and sharp when under pressure? How can we manage the tensions within the group and the group dynamics? Self-awareness development. Can we have a reflection on our own personality and understand in what type of situations I have unconscious tendencies for certain behaviors or thoughts or emotions, and zoom out and looking with a different perspective towards your own conversations and emotions. Provocative coaching is a style of how you can help team members get out of their pattern of certain tendencies that drives the team towards negativity. For example, that can be that you really emphasize that the problem somebody is stating is terrific and incredibly huge at such a provocative way that even the other person will feel, well, okay, maybe it is not even such a huge problem. It's a way of getting people out of their common habits. If we look at strategic thinking, VC mindset, we need to understand the difference between search and execute or explore and exploit, the iterative process experimentation versus large-scale execution. We need to understand disruptive strategies. Most of the companies focus on a differentiating strategies. How can we create a different product to be competitive at the existing products in the market? But there are different strategies. There is the disruptive strategy, which we explained previously. But there's also a strategy that helps you go more mainstream. So many different strategies that focus on the job to be done. We need to understand the concept of jobs to be done. Why do people hire certain products in their life? And this is really the key to understand what is driving consumer behavior. We need to understand forecasting and business case, investment metrics. We need to have the concept and the philosophy of placing many bets. And we need to understand the pivot, stop, or persevere dynamics. If a team shows progress, can we assess the data in a manner that we can make a decision around stop, persevere, or pivot? Last but not least, since we're not building a startup, what does it mean to build a new company within a corporate environment or launching a new product within a corporate environment? We need to understand the processes and methodologies for testing and validating new products, but we also need to understand the corporate environment and how can we leverage that corporate environment so that it works with us. We always say that you need to love the bureaucracy a bit in order to work with it, because if you will hate the bureaucracy, you can never have a right perspective on finding the right ways of leveraging everything your company has. And you need to understand how do you scale up a certain type of innovation. It leads to the question, can we also get senior managers looking at more from an investor perspective? That means, can we really create and cultivate the idea of customer obsession instead of internal complexities? Can we build an organization around the front line, the team that is talking and experimenting with the consumers every day and co-creating products? Can we give them the mandate to make decisions? Because they need to build the next business around the next customer problem. Fast decision making. This is not only a research exercise, we are trying to build something new. Waiting for full reports with 100% of the information will never happen. We are in a war trying to beat competition, meaning that we will never get enough data from the team to be completely sure that they are on the next gigantic opportunity. There will always be that ambivalence in looking at the data, contradictory data, other signals from the market. But still, we need to make decisions to continue. This is really a muscle to develop. Then, if you are moving to beyond the core businesses or creating new brands as an example, we need to have patience for growth, but we need to be very impatient for revenue, meaning that if the team can't show you within 3 to 4 months that they can find traction with consumers for the right type of pricing model, we need to actually send them back, give them some weeks, but really to uncover, can we make money with this business? Because you will see that also teams try to avoid uncertainty or pull the plug from their own idea by extending the price point validation experiments. Be patient for growth, but be very impatient for revenue if you need to make investment decisions. What does this all mean for leaders? We need to demonstrate how to make problems smaller by solving the specific and not debating the ideological. We need to get stuff done at the end of the day. Supporting the teams by listening, coaching, giving, and celebrating successes that they make. Exploring without judgment what the teams are actually learning. And that is quite something in practice because you're working with a team of seasoned executives with 25 years of experience within probably the same business. So it's very tempting to tell teams, look, we have already done this in the past and it doesn't work. No, hold that thought and really explore with the team and understand what they are learning. This also means that we need to shift the focus from controlling to really facilitating the peer-to-peer learning and foster collaboration across silos and business units, because that is what the large corporations have, assets, but you need to help them create the collaboration and cross all these boundaries. You need to identify the specific neurotic patterns in the organization and take a leading role in changing these, including understanding their own role in keeping the corporate neurosis in place. So, what type of dysfunctional habits and behaviors can we identify in investment meetings? Why are they there? What is the function of that? And are we willing to look at it from an indifferent perspective and ask ourselves without judgment, why is it here? Is it functional? And can we experiment with new behavior? Can we do it in the next meeting different? Can we not say certain things that are based more on an uncertain emotion, but can we indeed help the team explore boundaries and also explore their own boundaries? So true change means in the end an identity change at the top of the organization.